Oh! I didn't see you there. Sneak up on me in my own home, creepily. I'm just sitting here enjoying some of the greatest stories of all time. Stories written by the authors who've gone down the ages. Keats. That other one. J.K. Rowling. I think that you're here tonight to hear some of the stories yourselves. So let's read one of my favorites, written by the author who truly will and has gone down in history as one of the greatest authors of all time. I am, of course, speaking about Fanfiction Fan 360, or 360, as they like to put it. And so now we will be reading by Fanfiction 360, Fanfiction Fan 360, Melting Frozen Dirt. Melting Frozen Dirt. Sparky! Where the hell are you? Toph shouted as she blindly wandered around the camp area that had been set up for her and Zuko, the sub-zero air biting at her bare hands and face as she swept her hands around desperately, trying to grab at something to figure out where she was. This isn't funny. I can't fucking see! Zuko, I swear if you're not here in 5 seconds, I'm gonna... Take it easy, Toph. I'm right here. I hate it here. Toph sulked as Zuko placed her down on their bedrolls. It's fucking freezing, and I can't see anything. I can't even bend properly here, and the only solid surface is ice, and that's water. The real Earth is too far down to reach. I know, Toph. It's not great for me either. There's too much moisture around for me to firebend at my full power. At least you're warm, Toph retorted. I hate having to bundle up under so many heavy clothes. I feel claustrophobic. Much better, smirked Toph, snuggling as firmly as she could against his chest, noting that it was the closest thing to tender affection she had shown in months. Running his hands down her back, he then scowled when she moved them lower, feeling the bare skin of the earthbender's legs. Why aren't you wearing any pants, Toph? They were too stuffy. You could have frozen to death. You're not a firebender. You can't raise your body temperature. You need to wear these clothes to stay warm. That's why you're here. Toph countered with a smirk, rubbing his bare legs against his. Her bare legs against his. There's that. I messed up. Rubbing her bare legs against his. What the Fire Lord didn't realize was that she had also gone without underwear, as well as pants, wanting to surprise him before she had gotten lost in the way to the camp. Too many clothes in the way, she grumbled, as she sat up and began to undo her heavy snowcoat, tossing it aside before Zuko could stop her, along with the 3 shirts she had been forced to wear. Toph! Toph! Zuko exclaimed. As Toph... She's taking her clothes off. He just goes, Toph! Zuko exclaimed, as Toph then kicked her feet, sending her heavy snowshoes across the tent, leaving her completely naked. You'll freeze! Then warm me up then. The earthbender smirked back before diving forward, lifting Zuko's shirt to crawl under it. There we go. Much better. When his hand settled on her ass through his shirt, easy there, princess. You know what that does to me. Toph warned him. There's quotations around warned so that we know that it's sensual. Toph warned him, nuzzling her head deeper into the crook of his neck, as well as the heat from his hand seeping into the sensitive skin of her ass cheeks. Fuck, that's nice! That's really what it says. It says, fuck, that's nice! Biting her lip as Zuko applied more heat, Toph then began to grind down on him, retaliation quickly coaxing an erection out of him, making the earthbender grin deviously. I know a better way for you to warm me up, princess. She smiled, licking Zuko's jawline teasingly before slipping out from under his shirt to straddle his waist, her nipples pebbling instantly from the frigid air. Before Zuko could voice any complaints about the matter, Toph then grabbed hold of his pants, yanking them down enough to let his erection spring free. There we go, this'll warm me right up. She grinned as she guided his hot manhood to her tight little slit, shuddering at the waves of heat it sent through her as she teased herself with it. Fuck, that's the stuff. Like a commercial. That's the stuff. Holding her boyfriend. Oh, so they are dating. Oh. Holding her boyfriend's cock steady, Toph then slammed herself down on it, throwing her head back with a long, loud moan of pleasure. Red hot ecstasy coursing through her veins, ridding her of every chill and ache she had in her body. Fuck yeah, Sparky! Right fucking there! She panted as she started to wildly bounce on his length. Spirits, Toph, slow down! Someone will hear you! He panted through gritted teeth, remembering that Aang and Katara's tent was barely a few meters away from theirs. Let them fucking hear me! They might get some ideas. Toph grinned back, letting out a sharp cry of pleasure as Zuko's cock pounded against her cervix, her breast bouncing wildly. Come on, Sparky, put some effort into it. She smirked as she firmly pressed her feet to the bedroll on either side of him to help herself bounce harder on his cock. Damn you, Zuko hissed, realizing that she had a point. She had a point. Damn you, hissed Zuko, realizing that she had a point. Sitting up, he wrapped his arms around Toph's small body, pulling her to him as he started to thrust up into her, raising his body temperature further, surrounding her in a human cage of heat. That's it, Sparky, harder, Toph panted as she wrapped her arms around his upper body and her legs around his waist, clutching at him tightly as her body began to shake. Right fucking there, make me come. As it began to throb inside of her, gritting his teeth, Zuko gripped Toph's tiny body tighter as he moved her along his thrusting cock, her squeezing pussy driving him towards climax extremely quickly, and by how heavy and sharp her breathing was getting, she wasn't far off either. Zuko! Zuko! I'm coming. Oh, fuck. The Earthbender then cried, clutching at him harder, digging her nails into the skin of his back as her body seized up against him, her blind eyes rolling back into her. Orgasm washed over her. Shit, Zuko cried, realizing that Toph has become even more of a vice around him, dragging him over the edge of his own climax, spilling his red hot seed into the Earthbender's begging pussy, sending waves of pure heat and warmth through her body, making her shake even harder. Oh yeah! Toph moaned. That's the way it's written. Oh yeah, Sparky, that's the stuff! Toph moaned, drooling slightly as she let her grip on Zuko body slack, collapsing back into the bed, still connected to him, supporting herself on her elbows to watch as her tiny slit soon began to overflow with her boyfriend's steaming cum. I'm sure at least a couple people have heard us, Zuko replied as Toph scooped up the cum that had landed on her, licking her fingers clean of it. Well, let's hope they enjoyed what they heard. The Earthbender tittered back. Now, how about just one more round? I'm starting to get a little chilly again. Well, thank you for joining us this evening to listen to another one of the great poems, the great odysseys of our time, written again by FanfictionFan360. Truly, it is one of the greatest. Now please join me again next week as we continue our mission to find the world's greatest poems.
Hello friends, my name is Zach. Thank you so much for tuning into the video today. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, press that really pretty red subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen and also give us a like. It just kind of shows us what you dig. And if you didn't like what you see, how did you make it this far? But go ahead and push that dislike button. If you want to see any more of our videos, go ahead and click that video that's playing right now on the screen. Until next time, peace out amigos!